concept by itself. I think I'll just give one small understanding about consciousness. Consciousness has a fundamental trait, one quality. What does it do? It senses. Okay, it does the job of sensing, like how our remote senses the waves from the TV. Our consciousness in each and every energy particle, it does the sensing. Like I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling hot, sweating. All the sensing are happening through the consciousness. Now you all might argue with me. No, it is my human brain cells that is sensing. It's not the consciousness. Let me take the examples of inanimate objects. Water has sensing capacity, wood has sensing capacity. Water, we all know that 100 degrees is the boiling point of water. Nobody went and told water, now the heat has come to 100 degrees, you can start boiling. It senses itself. Similarly, wood, it withstands heat up to a particular degree, particular temperature heat, wood can withstand. But when the same heat goes beyond that temperature, the wood will burn in that heat itself. I just Googled and found out that wood can withstand up to 15 degrees to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. So beyond that, when you pass heat, when you keep a too much hot item on a wood, even wood will start getting burnt in the same heat. So who is telling the wood, now the temperature has gone, now you have to start burning? No. So there is an innate inbuilt consciousness, because everything is made up of energy particle, and every energy particle is bestowed with consciousness. And the fundamental trait of consciousness is to sense, the sensing thing. Okay. Now, how does our mind function? Our mind functions in 10 stages. As I told you earlier, this is all revision. Okay, I have not gone into the topic at all. First is sensation. Now I'm feeling very hot. I'm sensing that my body is hot. Now there is a need to appease this sensation, to subdue the sensation. So what will I do? I am thinking, oh my God, I'm feeling hot. There is a need to appease this. Otherwise, my body temperature will go up. So next, what I do, next comes the zeal or effort. The word effort explains this better. Okay, we take an effort. What do? I just go and bring the pedestal fan near me, or I go and sit near the pedestal fan. Just sitting near the AC or sitting near the fan is only an effort. Will that appease my heat? No, I should switch it on. I should switch on the fan. I should switch on the AC. Only then my heat will be appeased. My heat will subside, isn't it? So it is not enough if you take the effort. You should do the action also. Only then, see, I'm cooking the food I'm keeping. I'm hungry. I'm cooking, keeping everything. How will the hunger get satiated? I have to eat it. No, the action. So effort must be followed by the action. Now what happens? There is a result. The result might be a pain or a pleasure. The word pain in English has been totally misinterpreted. Because of that, even in all the regional languages, pain means some constant pain in the body. Like that we have understood. Pain is a discomfort. It can be mental or physical discomfort, anything. Okay. So pain or a pleasure. Pleasure is total happiness. Now what happens? I was in absolute sweat and heat. Suddenly I'm getting a wave of cool air. So I'm really enjoying that feeling. I'm liking that feel. That feel I'm really liking. So the result is, inside my mind, the result will be, if I switch on the AC when I'm feeling hot, my need is satiated. Like that, the result. It's a pleasure. It gives me pleasure. But the same AC, for some people, it causes them wheezing cold. For them, it will be a pain. So some people, you would have noted, when they get into the car, even though they are sweating, even though they are feeling hot, they will not allow us to switch on the AC, because for them, the programming is, if I switch on the AC, it will increase my wheezing, or it will cause a pain to me, discomfort to me. So this is what is the programming for them. So the effort, action, and the result. Result can be either a pain or a pleasure. Next, this pain or a pleasure is first felt by the body. Okay. For example, I'm telling some Shumoto, some name I'm telling. Okay. You won't even know what it is, because none of us have heard. Even I don't know what it is. Simply I told whatever came in my mind. Just assume that this was the name of some food. We don't even know what it is. So we don't get the feel. When I tell, I'm not able to relate, because I have not had an earlier experimenting or enjoying of that particular item. Here, when I'm feeling hot, first when fan or AC were introduced, take it in that way, because natural air is anyway there. Let us think for a better understanding, let us use human inventions. Okay. First when fan was invented and used by human being, first time he's enjoying that his mind is in the field that if I switch on the fan, it will create, it will produce air, cool air, or it's a cool or warm air, it will produce air and that will subside my heat. This first time when he undergoes, this is called enjoyment or anubhogam, whatever it is. The next time, same heat, same situation, but I'm in somebody else's house. I switch on the fan. There the experience is their house is fully covered with trees. So the cool, it will be more cool. The air from the fan, there's a possibility that there'll be more cool because the windows are open. From outside, cool air is coming and the same air is circulated. So I'm thinking in my house, I switched on the fan. It was okay, but not this cool. Here it is very cool. Now I'm doing a comparative study. So second time it is experience. First time it is enjoyment. After that, everything is experience. Now, why am I telling all this story? What happens is, I told you that regarding a gulab jamun, no? All these days, people who did not know about rose essence to gulab jamun or elaichi essence to gulab jamun, they knew only gulab jamun. Today, what happens when they listen to my lecture? Oh, there is something called rose essence to gulab jamun. Even elaichi essence, this information is getting added to the already existing information about gulab jamun. Similarly, in the earlier example, first time, the enjoyment was only that if I switch on the fan, my heat will subside. The second time, it's going to be, it is getting added. The fan in their house, when it was switched on, it reduced the warmth more. Heat more. It was more cool. The air from their house was more cool. Like this information is being added to the already existing data bank. It is called pocket arrangement. This is how we keep collecting data. We never try to defragment it at all. Okay. Next, what happens? We do a research. Okay, what did I do? I switched on the fan. So hereafter, if I switch on the fan, I will, until what temperature is my body withstanding the AC? Sorry, AC. Until if it goes to 16 degrees, I'm feeling very cold. Until 22, I'm able to withstand. This is the research I've done. So I have come to a realization that beyond this point, my body will not take it. So until this degree only, I should keep the AC. So conclusion is, I have put a conclusion in my mind that whenever I switch on the AC, the temperature of the AC should be maintained at 22. Otherwise, I'll start feeling too cold. The same pleasure will become into a pain. So this is how a mind works for each and every thought. When you try to reprimand your child, a child is not keeping the shoe in its place, it is not scoring mark. First you sense it. Then you feel there is a need to discipline the child. Then you take the effort. The effort transforms into action. Like this, the action will cause a pain or a pleasure in the other person and the doer. And this result will be stored in our genetic center. After this, the first time it's a feel. Second time, first time you reprimand him, he's not listening. So second time also you do the same thing, you're a fool. You should think, last time I shouted on him, I showed anger on him, it did not work out. So now I have to do something else. Instead, what we do, mechanically we shout. By habits, we keep shouting on them, no? Knowing very well that our shouting or our expression of anger is not going to work out. So like this, we have to do research and bring about changes so that we get a better experiments in the next, better enjoyment in the next trial at least. Like this, our experiences keep collecting. This time I shouted, he did like this. Last time I shouted, he reacted like this. Before time I shouted, this was his reaction like this. Our experiences keep adding on, and it becomes pocket arrangement to that particular incident. Then we do research, come to a realization, and then come to a conclusion. Okay, henceforth, if I show anger, this fellow will not react. I have to talk to him very in a pally manner, in a very loving manner. Like this, we come to a conclusion. So this is about pocket arrangement. We should know what is pocket arrangement. That's why I told the entire thing. I know you all know very well the 10 stages of mind, but I had to explain about pocket arrangement, so I took this up. Okay. Now, having seen the mind functions, let us now talk about thought. thought arises in our mind due to various reasons. The first one being need, obviously, the basic needs, a need to excrete your waste, need to live, you need a shelter, you need to eat food, the basic needs, to satiate your basic needs. First time the thought arises. Okay. First time having satiated, the next time it becomes a habit. This I think Muthu sir has explained enough. The another example due to habit, what happens is, first one is thought arises due to need. The second one is thought arises due to habit. I enter my bedroom. I'm so habituated. Once I go there, I feel sleepy. That is why we have kept separate places for prayer, separate places for study, separate place for bedroom. Even in a bedroom for students, when we give them, for children, when we give them a room, what we say, keep that corner for studies. So when he goes and sits there, he or she, when they go and sit there, automatically their brain cells will come to a study mode. This is why all these thoughts are due to habit. Now, next, thoughts due to environment. A boy is in a hostel. He decides at college itself, tonight, oh my God, there's so much portions to be studied. I'll go tonight at the hostel. I will absolutely study the whole night, at least 3-4 hours. He goes there. He sees that all the children are watching FIFA matches on their mobile. Some of them are asleep already due to habit. So either he will go and take to seeing FIFA matches, enjoying the FIFA matches, or he will go to sleep as usual. So this is due to the thought arising due to environment. So this is why, due to this habit only, mostly we are, upset. If something upsets us once, repeatedly we get upset because of our habit. It's not because of environment, it's because of our habit. So once if we are upset about something or someone, we must learn to consciously think that next time also it is going to be like this. This thought we have to overcome, because that is due to habit. So we must have a clarity. It is now that we are entering into the syllabus, actual syllabus. Thoughts raised due to others' imposition. Excuse me, I have a message, please, sorry. So Maharishi gives umpteen examples, because he says, most of our thoughts are others' imposition. Their thoughts are imposed on us. Okay, so let us take a few examples one by one. He says there is a mango hawker. Here children will not know what are hawkers. We all used to, in India we have hawkers, or people who stand by the roadside and sell. So imagine that I'm just going past by that mango seller. That in my house, everybody is allergic to mango. I should not, that ripe mangoes, yellow, nice golden color ones. So I should not eat mangoes. I should not buy mangoes at all, because everybody in my house is allergic to mango. So I decided, though I'm thinking, we all are allergic, we should not buy karke. I'm going. But something will make me go towards that shop, that boy, that fellow, pay money and take the mangoes. What is it? The hawker will think, that seller will think, this man will buy the mangoes from me. Everybody is passing by him, no? So sometimes his thought will get so intense. This man will definitely come to me and buy. Like that particular thought gets intensified. And unfortunately, I will be that man. So what happens? I will go and buy the mangoes. Similarly, at least in this case, the seller is present there. I'll tell you one more example. All these are told by Maharishi. I'm not telling it. The weavers weave clothes, isn't it? Nice saris and other things. So while weaving the sari, he will infuse his thoughts. My God, the sari is coming out very beautifully. The person first is viewing it will pick it up. This thought will go into each and every warp of that weaved thread, So what happens when it comes to the shop, even from him to the wholesale, the person first seeing it will pick up. From the wholesale to the retail shops, the first person seeing that will pick up. From the retail to the end consumers, when we go and see, first whoever sees that particular sari will pick it up. Maybe they will think, oh, I have this color already, why did I pick up? But it's like that. It works out like that. Okay. So that's what he's telling. Most of our thoughts are others infusion. It's induced by others. What makes you do so? Why aren't we able to have control over that? Why is Why isn't our thought getting working out there? That is what he says is yours is also a thought. His is also a thought. As I told you, thought is a magnetic wave, but our level of magnetism is very weak. His magnetic thought is very strong. He has intensified by repeatedly thinking the same thing. As you think over and over and again, the thought will get intensified. Intensified matlab it will get more magnetism. It will get more magnetized. So his magnetic thought attracts me towards his shop. The magnetism in the sari, there the seller is not there, but the thoughts are weaved into the sari. That attracts each and every person who sees the sari. Okay. Now you will all be able to understand why I quoted the first example of coconut. I went to the shop only to buy 1 3 real coconut. How could I not refrain from buying other things? I couldn't. I had to buy this one, that one. What made me buy? Now you can understand how the corporate world is playing a game. Buy 2 get 1 free, 20% off. They are controlling our thoughts. Actually, I would have had one what do you call soap detergent packet. I'll say, oh, 6 kg he's giving only for 35 reals. Let me get it whenever it's available. As if we don't even know tomorrow whether we are going to live, but we'll stock everything. So this is how those people are controlling our thinking pattern. We are under the clutches of others. So those people are our puppets. By now, gradually, you'll start understanding what I'm trying to tell. Yeah. Now, next example is I told you about my father buying gulab jamuns. What used to happen is regularly myself and my brother, regularly matlab, somewhat after around 3 weeks or 4 weeks, suddenly, either me or my brother or both of us used to think, it'd be very nice if Appa brings gulab jamun today. Those gulab jamuns. In those days, not like today. Everywhere you see gulab jamuns, every party gulab jamuns. Gulab jamuns used to be one, exquisite dish, delicious dish. Not it was not available this easily. That ready-made powders, nothing. It used to be available only in good restaurants. So eating gulab jamun was something that you are partying yourself, People of our generation can understand. Maybe the current generation will not understand that. So we used to constantly think, it'd be very nice if he brings. So every day when he comes, we used to open his tiffin box and put it for cleaning. So if it is heavy, both of us, our mind will be 100,000 watts bulb in our face. Maharshi says, our thoughts, I'll use the words later. I have noted down his words. They have the tendency to travel, influence my father, and transform this thought as his thought. Like to buy gulab jamun. Like normally he will go by one particular route. That day suddenly he'll feel, oh, okay, let me go from this route. Then that route only the canteen will be there. So he will buy. Or he would have got, unexpectedly, he would have got some thrift savings or some money in his account. He'll feel, okay, let me go today and buy gulab jamuns for children. Like this, the universe will conspire to ensure that whatever you're thinking, whatever your thought, intensified thought is, will come to an action. Okay. Now one more example. Maharshi takes about cinema. I will take of the current affair, FIFA. One man, he hates football. He doesn't even know ABC of football. Football is Greek and Latin to him. He doesn't want to even listen about football because that much he hates sports. Why football? He hates sports. But everywhere he's seeing FIFA, open WhatsApp FIFA, YouTube FIFA, news FIFA. People are talking about FIFA, the stadium outlay, the arrangements by government. What will happen? His life energy gets accelerated. Maharshi says, so the external thing is the stimuli. It acts as a stimulus. So Maharshi says, when the life energy comes into contact with the stimuli is the plural form. Stimuli from outside. What are the stimuli? Everywhere I see the flyers, the WhatsApp forwards, everything is tuned then. It is acting as a catalyst. It stimulates me. So the life energy gets accelerated to the extent that my karmendriyas, my legs and hands will move. I will go take some action and either I'll go buy the tickets or I will go to that fan club area and sit and watch in the big screen. If nothing, I don't want to spend, I don't have time, simply I will take the phone, watch it on YouTube at least. To that extent, see, I am a sports hater, but see the level of others external imposition on us. Okay. So this is how our thoughts are influenced by external influences. Then heredity. Once Maharishi was asked a question in the question answer session. Maharishi, why is it that we observe in our day-to-day life, a person is a very good man, but his son will be one hopeless, gone case. But one person, he will be like a very gangster. He fights for people, he kills people. But his son will be a top-class fellow in character. Maybe he wouldn't have achieved great in life, but in character, he'll be a very good fellow. So you are telling that thoughts go through hereditary, our genes are programmed through heredity, all those. Then how is this happening? This question was asked to Maharishi in a question answer session. So to which Maharishi explained like this: our thoughts can be segregated as patent and latent. Patent thoughts means obvious, which is very obvious. When you see this, my thoughts, I'm showing myself, I'm projecting myself as I'm a very good person. A gangster, he projects himself by killing people and troubling others. He projects himself. What is obvious when you see a gangster? This fellow, he's not a good person. He's a wicked person. He kills people for money. But when you see a good person, you feel, oh, he's wonderful. What are the latent thoughts? Latent means, the English meaning is hidden or concealed or not come in action due to various reasons. This meaning is given in the dictionary, Google dictionary. Any thought, latent, when it comes as an adjective to thought, this is the meaning. Any thought that does not come into action due to various reasons. The reasons are also given by Maharishi, which we'll be discussing. So like say a math student, he's learning math continuously. His thoughts are inside, but latent, it is inside. How do you know how much strong is he? What is his mathematical skill? Only when you put him into some examination, you will know, some competitive exam or regular school exam, isn't it? Similarly, the thoughts are patent and latent. There is one good person who has, his ideas are very bad. Oh, the world is treating me as a philanthropist or a saintly person. I'm not telling saintly person. So I can't smoke, I can't drink, I can't do anything wrong. I'll be spotted. But the desire is there, craving desire. Repeatedly, it raises again and again and gets intensified, but it is not coming into action. So what happens? When his offspring, that is his child, comes out, when the circumstances are conducive, first he will start smoking. Why he uses circumstances? The child will not start right from the age of 3 or 5, isn't it? When it goes into such circumstances, such children are, very prone to pick up these habits very easily because these thoughts were latent in his father's or mother's thoughts. Okay. Then another example, there is a gangster. He does all wrong things, but his thoughts inside, oh my God, because I have to earn a livelihood, I am doing this. Otherwise, I hate what I'm doing. See the man, my boss, he's making money out of me. He's not doing any good to the society. At least he can do some good to the society, Like this, he keeps thinking good. I have to be a good person. Like this, he keeps reiterating that goodness, thoughts on goodness and doing something to the society. What will happen is his son will grow up like a very noble person and he will do something constructive, useful for the society. So because his latent thought is like this, but outwardly he's showing himself as a gangster. So this explains very vividly the patent and the latent thought concept. Next, divinity, the divine thoughts. As I told you, our life energy has consciousness. Consciousness is constantly seeking salvation. What do you mean by salvation? Getting a release from the cycle of birth and death. It wants to get chutkara. Oh my God, why am I getting born again and again? Why is it coming again and again? Due to the imprints are still not nullified. So what happens? First, it started as a one-sensed. After the 5 elements, it came as a one-sensed plan. Then 2 sense, 3 sense, 4 sense, 5 sense, 6th sense. Human being has also come. It is still continuing. But this man, the consciousness in man, can go back with his own. He can divert his own thoughts into the consciousness, and he can travel back to the, he can take his consciousness to the extent of attaining salvation. This divine thought, Maharishi says that the divine thought has come into me, the divine thought of formulating a world peace plans. Probably it must have come into me not merely by, if you analyze, it's not by need, habit, environment, or hereditary. Many people in the earlier generation, in the Esther years, have been constantly seeking why there is poverty, why there is fight, discrimination based on various things, language, color, region, country, this, that, everything. And this is causing fight, disparity among people, war, the consequences of war, so many things. And some people, they would have thought, even we would have asked our mother, your mother is this grandmother. Who is her mother? Who is her mother? Who is her his father? His father. Our mind has this question right from the childhood. And we were just shut down by telling God is the final person. From God we all came. Isn't it? So this quest in us about divinity has been there right from the consciousness, fundamental energy particle, till today what human beings we are. So Maharishi says, so many seekers who seeked what is happening, they had too many questions in their mind regarding the world around them, but their answers, their questions were unanswered within their lifetime. So now what is happening, that unanswered questions are lingering in the, like how the Google thing, when you click on something, it keeps showing a circle, no, until it goes and flashes on the required screen. Like that, it keeps circulating in the universe. When a person with even a similar, little similar ideas comes up, this goes and hits on him and it comes to fruition. So Maharishi says, maybe this thought in me has come because of Esteria's seekers, too many seekers, and their questions have been answered through me. So the 6 points out of which a need is arises, a thought arises is need, habit, environment, others' imposition, heredity, and divine thoughts, in which thoughts due to others' imposition, hereditary is also others only, because of previous generation, our parents, and divine thought is Esther generations. These three, which means the thoughts arising due to these three reasons are not originally our thoughts. They came out due to external stimuli, external influences, or external factors. So man is a puppet in the, man's thoughts are, how do I say? Man is a puppet. His thoughts are being controlled by some external puppeteer. The, very amazing fact is, the puppeteer necessarily need not belong to the population that I am in. He necessarily need not be in the same space, in the same world that I am in. He could have been in the previous population demography also. He could have been in the previous generations. Because previous generations, many generations before also. See, someone sitting, who lived somewhere is controlled. So what does this imply? Our thoughts is going to travel through generations, and it will come through fruition through the generations coming down, isn't it? So these are the basic points. Now we will do snippets points. The thought arises, it comes to a fruition, cycle is closed. The thought will arise in us, it is totally brought into action. There the thought cycle is closed. This is one. The other one is, the thought arises, but it is not able to come into action for very many reasons. So what happens? The mind continuously dwells only in that thought, and it becomes an unfulfilled thought, and that unfulfilled thought gets intensified. What are the reasons due to which that thought couldn't come into action? Three main reasons is, the circumstances did not, the circumstances were not appropriate. Like, I want to go abroad. Okay, I'm a student. I want to go abroad. Or a person seeking job. Take it as a student. I have money to spend, do everything. But the country where I want to go, war going on. We can take the example of Ukraine now. children who want to study there, they can afford that money, but they can't go. The circumstances is not conducive. With the same money, it is not sufficient to study medicine in India. So what they do, they pursue something else. But that incomplete thought is going round and round inside them, and it will travel in the universe. Next, lack of sufficient strength or power. Strength, you can take it as physical strength, mental strength, and power, you can even take it as political power. Like Maharshi was asked to come for trekking cold regions, but he realized that my body will not, it's not suitable for higher altitudes. It will not, I don't have the strength for that. So I better refrain. But he was a little person of wisdom. What we will do? Yo, I couldn't go. I want to go. I'm having knee pain. My friends are going to Kailash. I'm not able to go. What will happen? This will become, at least going to Kailash is a good thought. It's okay even if we dwell on that. Some wrong thought which we are not able to bring into action due to lack of physical or mental strength or power. Power by I mean the political power, or your voice will be heard. No, that power I mean. Okay, then it is not able to function beyond the existing circumstance. Like I belong to the royal family. Can I come on the road and dance? Can I drink? I can't do anything in public, isn't it? So whatever I want to do due to my circumstance, as the saint example that I gave earlier, in all those examples, the circumstance is not allowing them to bring that thought into action. So again, what happens? It becomes their latent thought. So 3 reasons why a thought does not come into fruition is either the circumstances is not appropriate, or lack of sufficient strength or power, or not able to function beyond the existing circumstances. These are the 3 reasons mentioned by Maharishi. Then, so from all these, we can come to a very clear understanding of 2 profound concepts about thoughts. Man, or rather 3. Man is a puppet in the hands of others' thoughts. The puppeteer of our thoughts need not be in the present living population. Our thoughts are very, very powerful, and they can go through generations, and we must exercise control over them by doing thought analysis exercise constantly. Having told all this, now I have to come out with a situation. Maharishi is always, he's a legend. No? He'll never simply tell a problem and leave it. He will give a logical solution and humanly possible solution. He will not tell something that we cannot even do. Very simple solutions he will give. So what can we do? Will meditation help overcome all our evil thoughts? So had it been a live session, I could have waited for your answer. Since it is a running session, let me move fast. No, meditation will not help overcome evil thoughts. Why? Because when you take our mind as a land, thoughts are the seeds we sow in it, isn't it? When the mind, when you do meditation, your mind has become fertile. It is like a fertile land. It is very ready to take the seed. In that, if you, whatever seed you're going to sow, it will become stronger and it will grow faster. The seed will get strengthened and it will go faster. So what sort of a seed you're going to put at that time? So in a meditated mind, if the thought that is sown is really good, you will get good plant. If the thought that is sown is bad, you will get what is the result? You'll get a spoiled plant. So this is, somebody has mentioned in the chat. Introspection is very, very important after meditation. Maharishi says, if you leave the mind as it is after meditation, the mind is used to dwelling on certain thoughts. Repeatedly it will dwell on the same thoughts. So you must give it a change. It should teach them how to change your thoughts. How do we do that? You just, for each thought, each evil thought, whichever you feel is evil, you have to superimpose with a noble thought. So every time in future, this evil thought comes up, the noble thought will also come up. Okay, gradually this will come and this will also come. And over time, you keep repeatedly telling, I kept this pen. Normally, if the right side is the place to keep my pen. Now I have changed to left side. For 10 days, what will happen? First 3-4 days, my hands will go on the right. Then, oh no, it's on the left. I'll take the pen. Gradually, what will happen? This right habit will go and the left will start picking the pen. Isn't it? Similarly, but will this habit go? No, it will not go. I will give you a good example. Why I say that this habit will not go is thoughts can never be deleted. Once the impression is fallen, it can only fade away. And it can be done to fade away by superimposing with better thought. And whenever this thought comes, that thought will also come along like a tagging thing, and gradually this will fade away. I hope you all understood this concept clearly. So like we all know the Google Duo icons, no? What is the name? Usha, could you please share the icons, Google icons, for those of you who are not? Google Duo icons. Yeah, this was the original Google Duo icon with which you used to call. So when we search on the phone, quickly we will search on the Google Duo. So then now what happened? Those people changed the name to Google Meet. The next slide, ma. Second one is the Google Meet, the old with the black background. So that this now what Google has, this was the original Meet. Now Google has changed the Duo name to Meet. But still, initial days, bring the third slide, Usha. Initial days, what we used to do, we used to search for that blue color icon for Google Duo. You can bring the third slide. So over time, what will happen when we say Duo, this blue thing will vanish from our mind. This multicolored square will come as Google Meet, and the green color square will be replaced at the original meeting wala Google Meet. Like this, repeatedly you're exposing yourself, the old thought gets suppressed and the new thoughts come settled on the top. But do you think this Google Duo thing will fade away from our mind? No way. We can, after even many years, when you're telling to your third generation children or to in some other place, you know, you can say once upon a time there used to, this Google Meet was called Google Duo. This was the icon. It used to be like this. Where are those information? For many years, you have not even used Duo. This shows very clearly. When I say Doordarshan, immediately I'm sure, 100% sure, all of us can think of the that music with that moving logo, isn't it? So all these shows, I think around 15 to 20 years, none of us have seen Doordarshan. Or maybe even now the Doordarshan icon itself, the logo itself is changed. But still we remember. So this is the power of thought. So the thoughts can only be made to fade away. They cannot be deleted. They can be made to fade away by superimposing them with a current thought. Current means whatever is happening in the present. If you want to superimpose an evil thought, you must do it with a noble thought, because thoughts are very, very, very powerful. Let us do a quick recap of whatever I discussed now. Yeah. For any action or word, thought is the origin. So without a thought, there cannot be a word or an action. Thought originates. See, I took some Maharishi's poems, which I cannot present here since they are in Tamil. So I tried to give the crux of the poem, you know. And these sentences were there in the English books also. Thoughts originate merely at a point that is in a person's mind, but it will come to fruition anywhere in the universe, not only in that person's life or in his family. It can, though the thought originates at one point, it can come into action at any point in the world. Next, the thoughts once aroused get strengthened by arising again and again till a point is reached where it transforms into action. Until it transforms into action, it will keep on circulating like the Google circle. No, you open 2-3 tabs at a time. You go to the first tab, it will still be circling because it has not found the answer. But the second and third tab would have opened because whatever you search for, it would have found the answer. The first tab, it wouldn't have found the answer. So it will keep strengthening over and over and again, and it until a point is reached where it will transform into action. Until that, it will go. Then thoughts are latent and patent. Patent is obvious, latent is hidden. Latent thoughts will definitely manifest through hereditary imprints. A person whose thoughts are intensified can not only influence others' thoughts, but also transform into the other person's thoughts. The gulab jamun example, mango example I gave you, know, for the exact sentences. thoughts can find their way to the minds of others with similar ideas. Note the word similar ideas, prompting them to action. So if I have the idea that I must drink and have intoxicated item, any incomplete cycle will come and get activated through me. So better similar ideas. That is a very, very crucial word. We have to note that. So what we can do, better have good ideas. Even if some incomplete cycle comes and gets activated, good only, no? Then people keep thinking, what? Most of our thoughts, most of our thoughts arise due to the influence of others' strong thoughts. Man has become a puppet who dances to the tunes of a puppeteer. Who is the puppeteer here? Anyone in any part of the world can become your puppeteer. Or even in the exteriors can become your puppeteer. If we entertain them without awareness, it will end our life in misery. Not only our life, the society, forthcoming society also. Maharshi goes to the extent of telling that the natural calamities that are happening nowadays is also man's incomplete cycles. As I told you, it will come to action when I think I have deleted that sentence. I wanted that exact sentence. Thoughts have the power to expand unrestricted to thoughts have the power to expand unrestricted to time or place. They go beyond those restrictions. Oh my God, I think I have deleted that sentence. He says that the natural calamities that we face nowadays are due to the mysterious people's evil thoughts. The evil thoughts will keep trying to come into action. It is not able to come into action, means it will transform into natural calamity. It is acceptable because nature only gives thoughts. So thoughts will also become into nature, it seems. Like how we come from nature and go back to nature, isn't it? Same thing. Then, okay, can we stop thinking? Is it even possible? No, it's impossible to have a thoughtless mind. Why? Because thought is a biomagnetic wave arising from the life energy particles. Since mind function is related to the life energy, until we are alive, we will be thinking. Only sleep or death can silence our mind. Then how to handle this? We should entertain only noble thoughts and the rest must be barred. By the word by barred, I don't mean shoo away. Oh, go, thoughts don't come. One of my friends used to tell, I'm not able to silence my mind. Thoughts keep coming. I'm trying to stop it. How can you stop thoughts? You cannot say it's not mosquito, shoo, using mosquito bat. You cannot do all those. So you cannot drive away thoughts. It cannot be suppressed. It can be analyzed for their worth. Is it worthy to develop this thought? So analyze for their worth by turning the thought on itself. I am turning my thought on my own thought. I have got a thought of doing this. Now I have so much work to do. I have got a thought to sit and watch a movie. Is this the thought correct? Is it correct? Movie is an entertainment. Now I have so much work to do. I am superimposing. So early in the morning, I should not see any WhatsApp, YouTube or anything. All my work will get stopped. Like this, I'm superimposing. After 10 days, first thing automatically, I have to do exercise. I keep superimposing at least after 10 days or 1 month or 2 months or even 6 months, depending upon how much karma you have got. This thought of early morning, I have to do this will automatically come to fruition. Your earlier thought will get suppressed because you have analyzed the thought, understanding its origin and analyzing the consequences. What are the possible consequences when it comes to action? And that you have decided whether to entertain it or not. So much of analysis you have put and allowed the thought to come up, then definitely it will come into fruition. Even if it's an evil thought, it is going to come. But this, if good thoughts, if they come, they are really good, isn't it? So always an evil thought must be superimposed with superimposed or tagged with a noble thought. The thinker will cease to exist, but his thoughts keep lingering in the universe like the seed sown by a farmer. Until it comes to fruition, it keeps traveling. The thinker will cease to exit, but his thoughts will never cease to exit until it comes to a fruition. Being alive today we are existing, isn't it? Being alive today, let us think, let us sow in this universe good thoughts, noble thoughts, so that we leave behind a wonderful world for the upcoming generations to live in. Be blessed, by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you all. Now you can raise the doubts.